generally what I remember. Yes, Ji Jago they also sing. But along with that, they also sing Udilo Aruna Purava Bhage Dvijamani Gorayamani Jage. So we'll sing this Vaishnav song. So for that, we'll read the meaning first. When the rising sun appeared in the east, the jewel of twice born Lord Gaurasundar awakened, taking his devotees with him. Oh, sorry, I didn't cast it. It is all in this you. When the rising sun of the appeared in the east, the jewel of the twice born Lord Gaurasundar awakened and taking his devotees with him, he went all over the countryside, town and villages.
The mridanga's call resounded, tatai, tatai, and the janna played in time. Lord Gauranga's golden form slightly trembled in ecstasy. In ecstatic love of Godhead, and his footbell jingled.
All the devotees chanted the names Mukunda, Madhava, Yadava, and Hari, their mouths being filled with the vibrations. They would announce to the still sleeping people, you spend your nights uselessly sleeping and your days decorating your bodies.
You have achieved such a rare human body, but you do not care for this gift. You remain not serving the darling of Yasuda and slowly fall through your last moments to death.
With every rising and setting of the sun, a day passes and is lost. Then why do you remain idle and not serve the Lord of the heart?
This temporary life is full of various miseries. Take shelter of the holy name as your only business.
To penetrate the darkness of ignorance and bless everyone's heart, the holy name has risen like the shining sun.
Drink the pure nectar of the holy name of Krishna. There is nothing but the name to be had in the 14 worlds. It has filled the soul of Srila Thakur.
Udilo Aruna Purava Bhage Dvijamani Gorayamani Jage. Udilo Aruna Purava Bhage Dvijamani Gorayamani Jage. Udilo Hare Krishna, dear devotees, welcome to the morning Chaitanya Charitamrita lecture. Also, today is Disappearance day of one of our great acharyas, Madhavendra Puri. So, we'll read our regular shlokas that are there in the sequence, and afterwards we will discuss from the life of Madhavendra Puri. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Adi Lila, 12 chapter and text number 43 to 45 we will have to recite, and then so the context was, as you all know, as we are attending these Chaitanya Charitamrita classes regularly, so Kamalakar Vishwas, wrote a very offensive letter to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to Raja Pratap Rudra, for liquidating the debt of Advaita Acharya, and he is admitting also that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rebuked him, and now Advaita Acharya is praising him that you are so lucky, you are so fortunate that you are chastised by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. So continuing that, Eta kahi Acharya tara kariya ashvas anadita hayya aila Mahaprabhu pas. Translation: After pacifying Kamalakant Vishwas in this way, Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. प्रभु के कहे न तोमार नाभु जी ए लीला आमा हईते प्रसाद पात्र करीला कमला. Shri Advaita Acharya told Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I cannot understand your transcendental pastimes. You have shown more favor to Kamalakant than you generally show to me. And you recite it after me. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. 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 Tomara charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Tomare charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane kainu Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Tomara charane kainu aprad. Tomara charane Amare ha kabhu yei nahaya prasad. Tomara charane Synonym: Amare ha, even upon me, kabhu, at any time, yei, that, na, never, haya, become, prasada, favor, tomar charane, at your lotus feet, ami, I, ki, what, kainu, have done, aparadha, offense. Translation purport by His Divine Shivapad ki jai. The favor you have shown, Kamalakant, is so great that even to me you have never shown such favor. What offense I have committed at your lotus feet, so as not to be shown such favor? But this is reference to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's former punishment of Advaita Acharya. Even Advaita Acharya Prabhu was reading, when Advaita Acharya Prabhu was reading Yoga Vasishtha, Lord Chaitanya beat him. But he never told him not to come into his presence. But Kamalakant was punished with the order never to come into Lord's presence. Therefore, Shri Advaita Acharya Prabhu wanted to impress upon Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he had shown more favor to Kamalakant Vishwas because he has prohibited Kamalakant from seeing him, whereas he had not done so to Advaita Acharya. Therefore, the favor shown Kamalakant Vishwas was greater than that shown Advaita Acharya. ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं. वन्दे अहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं सावधूतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखा वितांश्च. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते. तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। करोति वाचालं पंगुं लगायते गिरिं यत्कृपातुं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणम्। So before I start speaking on the life sketch of a very stalwart Acharya of our lineage, I like to beg your mercy so that I can do justice with this subject matter. Actually, Madhavendra Puri is said to be the incarnation of Kalpa Vriksh of Golok Vrindavan. He is the first one. Like in any of the four sampradayas, it is mentioned like this Kali Yuga is like darkest, deepest well, of existence, where it's totally pitch dark and there is no escape. Like you cannot come out on your own. But Krishna, being merciful, what he did, he dropped 4 ropes out of these into this dark deep well, and these 4 sampradayas are that 4 ropes. By using those ropes, one can any of these ropes, those all 4 ropes are very strong. So by using any of the 4 ropes, one can came out of this dark deep well of material existence. Jai Shri Srila Parayana ki Jai Shri Srila ki Jai. So, as we all know, that our rope is called Brahma Sampradaya, and even in Brahma Sampradaya, before advent of Madhavendra Puri, nobody knew about who is Radharani. Like generally, the Radha Tattva or knowledge of Radharani is made available to the people in general by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but the seed of that is sown by Madhavendra Puri. Like even if you see in Srimad Bhagavatam or in the Vedas or in any other Puranas also, there is no description of Srimati Radharani there. So we all know about Srimati Radharani because of Madhavendra Puri, and further in his lineage, Ishwar Puri and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and so on. Before Madhavendra Puri, nobody knew about, because Madhavendra Puri came from Golok Vrindavan. He was a Kalpa Vriksha there, so that's why. But he is describing here, and he is making it available to the people like us, of people of Kali Yuga. And also this Leela of Madhavendra Puri, this life history of Madhavendra Puri is very dear to his own Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj. Whenever he was there, and his appearance day and disappearance day used to come, Maharaj always take lecture on it. So we heard this lecture so many times. So the life history of Madhavendra Puri is described in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 4. So what I am going to do, I am just read Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, and I request you all also to kindly recite it after. We cannot do the whole chapter, but we'll see, the important verses that we can do. So we'll start Jaya Jaya. So I'll recite one line and you can repeat it after me. Jaya Jaya Gaur Chandra Jaya Nityananda,
Jaya Gaura Chandra Jaya Nityananda,
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So all glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Acharya, and all devotees of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So so one time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to, he started his South India Yatra. So from Jagannath Puri he came to a place called Remuna. In Remuna there is a very famous deities of Shir Chaur Gopinath, or we can say Khir Chaur Gopinath also. So like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a sannyasi, and it is a duty of the sannyasis to beg. So he was there begging his alms. भिक्षा लागी एक दिन एक ग्राम गिया,
भिक्षा लागी एक दिन एक ग्राम किया,
आपने बहुत अन्न अनिला मांगिया,
आपने बहुत अन्न अनिल मांगिया.
Oh, it's a problem. Nowadays I'm confused why there is no meaning also coming in this. Advanced in a wrong way. Each day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to a village, collect a great quantity of rice and other grains for the preparation of prasadam. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this is the duty of sannyasi. He used to visit so many, he used to visit different villages every day and beg alms for himself. And even like it was custom at that time, just like nowadays we have toll booths. In French we call péage. So it's a charge that you have to give to use that road, that high speed road. So at that time also there were tax collectors everywhere. So if you have to pass through a place, you have to give some certain tax. If you have to cross some river, Ganges or Yamuna, so you have to give some tax. So even those tax collectors do not bother Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are all sannyasis. Or in raw terms, you can say they are all beggars. What can they can give? They don't have any money. So generally, sannyasis or sadhus are exempted from these kind of tax collections. That's how government used to. A major portion of the revenue of government comes from this tax collection. So one day he arrives at Remuna and sees the Gopinath, and as soon as he saw the beautiful deities of Gopinath, what happened when he pays his obeisances? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pays his obeisances at the lotus feet of Gopinath. The helmet of
Madhavendra.
No, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. तारा पद पद्म निकट प्रणाम करीते,
तारा पद पद्म निकट प्रणाम करीते,
तारा पुष्प चूड़ा पदिला प्रभुर माथाते,
तारा पुष्प चूड़ा पदिला प्रभुर माथाते.
When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered his obeisances at the lotus feet of Gopinath deities, the helmet of flower on the head of Gopinath fell down, landed on the head of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So it's Krishna's flower helmet falling on Krishna. It's Krishna and Krishna. So that's Krishna's Leela. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when this flower helmet fell upon his neck, so he became very ecstatic and he danced very jubilantly. And then along with him, and there were there 4 devotees. He was not alone. He went there with 4 devotees and they do very nice Harinam there. And after that, when devotees were resting, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu narrated the story of Madhavendra Puri, which story was narrated to him by Ishwar Puri. So as we all know, Ishwar Puri is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's spiritual master. And when Ishwar Puri, told him about his spiritual master, Madhavendra Puri, so now he is describing that story to his associates who were there. पूर्व श्री माधवेंद्र पुरी आइला वृंदावन,
पूर्व श्री माधवपुरी आइला वृंदावन,
भ्रमिते भ्रमिते गेला गिरि गोवर्धन,
भ्रमिते भ्रमिते गेला गिरि गोवर्धन. So
one time Madhavendra Puri, actually Madhavendra Puri was a Akinchan Sadhu. Akinchan Sadhu means who do not beg even alms. Like generally it is duty of the sannyasi. He can beg, he can maintain himself by begging grains or food stuff from the people in general. But Madhavendra Puri was on such a level, his level of tapasya was such a high that he never asked anybody for something. If somebody out of mercy asked him that do you want to eat, are you hungry, then only he accepts something. So that was the level of Madhavendra Puri. And one day he came to Vrindavan, and while roaming around Vrindavan, he came to a place, Giri Govardhan, and especially in Giri Govardhan he came to Govind Kund. So as we all know, all of us must have done Govardhan Parikrama. So Govind Kund is a place where Indra along with Surbhi cow did Abhishek of Govinda, Krishna, to pacify Krishna. And mostly, like, there is a big kund over there. The devotees generally they take bath in that kund also. There are many sugarcane juice vendors are also there. So generally, it's a good halt place, and also at that place nowadays also you can, if you go there, you will see the Bhajan Kutir of Madhavendra Puri is also there. So this Leela happened there. So when Madhavendra Puri was sitting there, one very beautiful boy appeared in front of him with a pot of milk, and he asked Madhavendra Puri. What he asked? 24 and 25. Puri ei dugdalaya kara tumi pan.
Puri ei dugdalaya karya tumi pana.
Mangi kene nahi khao kiba kara dhyana.
Magi kene nahi khao kiba kara dhyana.
Oh Madhavendra Puri, please drink the milk I have brought. Why don't you beg some food to eat? What kind of meditation are you undergoing? So this very young, beautiful boy is asking Madhavendra Puri, what are you doing? I have brought this milk for you, and what kind of meditation you are doing? I'm not asking anything. So further this boy told Madhavendra Puri that this is Braj and we do not fast here. Everybody, like, they eat up to their heart content. And so when Madhavendra Puri saw this boy, his extraordinary beauty, he became mesmerized. And he asked me, how do you know that I am hungry? How you get to know? So this boy replied that when some village ladies, Matajis, they were going to the well to take out water, they saw you. And they told me, they sent me with a pot of milk that this sadhu must be hungry. So please go and give him some milk. So this beautiful boy gave this pot to Madhavendra Puri and told him that now I have to go. It's time for milking the cows. So I will come back once I'll milk the cows and take the pot. You drink this pot. So Madhavendra Puri, he became perplexed, like, how I never saw such a beautiful boy ever. But he accepted that pot and he drank that pot. And eventually he started doing his sadhana. So the whole night, like the whole evening crossed, the whole night crossed, and eventually by will of the providence, he slept for some time. And in that dream, that same boy came and told him that, I am Krishna, and I need your help because of the attack of invaders. My pujari hid my deity into the very dense dark bushes. I want your help, and I am feeling all the tribulations of intense heat, intense cold, in a rough weather in this bush. I do not want to be here. Go to the village, nearby village, bring out all the people, and what you do, establish me, build a temple for me, and do a good abhishek. I am feeling intense heat right here, and I am hungry also. So this is this is how Krishna reciprocated, or the deity reciprocated with the very dear devotees. Pratima nahi tumi sakshad Brajendra Nandan. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita that these deities, they are not stone, they are not made up of metal or something. They are Sakshad Krishna, they are Krishna himself. If you have faith, if you believe, so yes, Krishna is ready to speak to you. So one must have to have faith in Krishna, that yes, they are not just idols, they are not just stone. Yes, they are Krishna. And they are ready to fulfill all desires. In the early stages of our movement of ISKCON, Prabhupada, Prabhupada ordered his devotees, when all the temples has deities. Earlier Shyam Sundar Prabhu carved these deities. Even our Jagannath Bali Sudhana Maharani was carved by Shyam Sundar Prabhu, one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples. So when all the temples had deities, so Srila Prabhupada asked devotees to make more deities, make more metal deities of Gaur Nitai. So devotees asked Srila Prabhupada that, why, like, to whom will give these Gaur Nitai metal deities? So Prabhupada said, we'll sell these deities. To whom will sell these deities? We'll sell these deities to people in general. People on the street will sell these deities to them. So devotees become perplexed, like, how can we sell these deities? Prabhupada said, no, we'll sell these deities, mentioning like they are wish fulfilling deities. So then devotees asked Prabhupada that, how come will if they ask that, how these deities are not fulfilling our wishes. So then Prabhupada said, then we will ask them to do offering to them. Offer some food stuff to them every day and chant in front of them. Then these deities will fulfill their deities, your wishes. And even if these deities will become the garden furniture of people, that is also success. They will take darshan of these deities. That is the heart of Srila Prabhupada, that he want to make Gaur Nitai available to everybody. So when Madhavendra Puri came out of his sleep, he become astonished, and he become like, he repented also that I missed the chance. Although Krishna came in front of me, I could not recognize him. So he gathered all the people of the villages, and then he led them to this place where Krishna indicated in the dream. And there was, when they excavated, it was a very dense, dark forest, and they used their their knives and everything to make the way. And finally, they found the deities of Gopal there. So it was a very big stone carved deities. So these deities are there nowadays. They are there in Nath Dwara in Rajasthan, worshipped by Vallabhacharya Sampradaya. If you have been there, so they are very strong, big deities. In this deity form, Krishna is 8-year-old. Very nice food stuff are offered to Krishna every day. And Prabhupada is also mentioning in one of the purport that at a very cheap rate, you'll get the Mahaprasadam of the deities. I went there also one time. You been there? Nathdwara. It's a very nice place. Very nice devotees of Gopalji there. So they bring up, like, the deity was very heavy. So the two strong men, they take out the deity and they place them on the top of Govardhan. Although in our sampradaya it is forbidden to put your feet on Govardhan hill, but it is by will of Krishna that Madhavendra Puri can do so. So acharyas can do so, not people like us. We must not put our feet on Govardhan hill. So they established the deities of Gopal on the Govardhan hill, and then what they did, everybody bought so many hundreds and hundreds of pots of water from Govind Kund, and they bathed the deity. Not only they bathed the deity, first they apply oil, essential oils on the deity, so make him more glossy. Then they it is mentioned in Chaitanya that they bathe the deity with Panchagavya, then Panchamrita. Panchagavya is ghee, yogurt, milk, sugar, and Panchagavya is ghee, yogurt, milk, cow urine, and cow dung. That's Panchagavya. And if you replace two ingredients of it with the cow urine, cow stool, with sugar and honey, it becomes Panchamrita. So first they bathe the deity with Panchagavya, and then they bathe the deities with Panchamrita. Then hundreds and hundreds of pots are used. There are so many people, like it was a very big festival for everybody, that these Gopal deities that came out and they are showing the mercy to the villagers. So what they did, all of them, they brought big pots of water from Govind Kund and they bathed the deities. because deities himself has mentioned to Madhavendra Puri that I am feeling so much heat. So Madhavendra Puri arranged for his grand Abhishek. And after that, when they did the grand Abhishek, what they did, they dressed the deities, garlanded him with tulsi leaves, and offered great bhoga. And it is mentioned that here that this offering of bhoga was just like Annakut of Govardhan. Just like in Krishna's time, the heaps and heaps of food grains were offered to Govardhan. Here also, a huge amount of food grains are offered to Gopal deities. It is mentioned that 10 brahmanas cook only rice, 5 brahmanas cook only vegetables. In that way, the great amount of bhoga was offered to Krishna. And whatever was offered to Krishna, like, villagers, offered everything that they have. Then they kept nothing for themselves. Whatever they had at their home, they offer everything to the deities of Gopal. And Gopal also accepted it. This deity Gopal ate everything. But this bhoga remains intact also. It becomes prasad also. Only Madhavendra Puri can see it, that Gopal is eating whatever is offered, but still it remains intact. After this bhoga was offered to Gopal deity, so they did very grand arti, and all this prasadam, Madhavendra Puri made this prasadam, distributed to all the villagers who have assembled. Not only the villagers, by hearing this news that this Gopal deities has appeared, the people from other villages also came. They also honor this prasadam. And then after everybody ate prasadam, this deity was put to rest, and then Madhavendra Puri accepted some prasadam after everything. And now the glories of Gopal, this deity has appeared, so everybody get to know about him. So every day there was an Annakut. Every day different villagers comes with huge amount of bhoga, with heaps of rice, chapati. It is mentioned chapati also there. With huge amount of chapati, huge amount of sabjis, kheer, different sweetmeats, very very nice sweets was offered to Gopalji. Every day there was an Annakut, and so it was a festival every day. So for 2 years this festival continues, and one night, in the dream of Madhavendra Puri, Gopal mentioned something that I am still feeling heat. Bring some sandalwood pulp from Malay area of India, and if you apply this sandalwood pulp to me, then my body will be cool. I am still feeling heat. So that's the second time when Krishna gave order to Madhavendra Puri. So Madhavendra Puri, as soon as he came out of his sleep, so he started his journey for Malay region. So at that time he has to walk all the way. It's not that he took the flight, he booked the tickets on Skyscanner and he came to India. No, he has to walk all the way. And while going to this area, this Malay area in Jagannath Puri, so he happened to cross through Shantipur. At that time, Advaitacharya, he invited him at his place and offered him prasadam and service. And Advaitacharya also requested Madhavendra Puri that I want to take your shelter. And there Madhavendra Puri initiated Advaitacharya. Advaitacharya was the disciple of Madhavendra Puri. Do you know any other disciples of Madhavendra Puri? Ishwar Puri Path, yes, very nice. Anybody else?
And the one who offended Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Ramchandra Puri, yes.
One more, like very dear to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is also a disciple of Madhavendra Puri. And Haridasa Guru Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nityanand Puri is also
Nityanand
disciple of
Puri, yes, yes.
Madhavendra Puri.
Mm.
There are others also, Brahmanand Bharati and
Mm.
others also. But Nityanand Puri was also initiated by Madhavendra Puri. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to Madhavendra Puri came to Ramuna, he saw that these deities are, served in a very nice way. Like the standard of serving of Gopinath deities was very high. So he concluded he came to a conclusion that there must be very nice food stuff must be offered to Gopinath ji. So he asked the priest that what type of food stuff you offer to the deities, and the pujari, the brahmana also mentioned that we offer this deities, and especially he mentioned that we serve a very special kheer to Gopinath ji that is called Amrit Keli kheer. Every day we offer it to Gopinath ji, and when Madhavendra Puri heard that, he thought that if I could get, at that time the offering was going on, so he just wished in his heart that if I could taste this Amrit Keli kheer, I would have make it in Govardhan also and offer it to my Gopal also. But then he repented also that how can his nature was he didn't wish for anything. He always remained dependent upon Krishna, whatever Krishna will provide. So he repented also that I am making this wish to to taste this kheer of Gopinath that is offered to Gopinath. So he repented. But meanwhile, what Gopinath did, say Prabhu Dhanya Dena Chhade Nij Jan. Yes, he stole. There are 12 pots that were offered to Gopinath every day. And what Gopinath did, he stole one pot and kept it behind the curtain for his devotees. When the pujari came to bring out the offering, he took all those, and he also could not figure out that one pot is missing. And in the night time, when this pujari was sleeping, Gopinath came into his dream. Like because of Madhavendra Puri, this Brahmana, this pujari also become lucky. That Gopinath came in his dream and told him that I have stole a pot of kheer for my dear devotee Madhavendra Puri. You come, open the altar right now, bring out this pot and give it to Madhavendra Puri. So the pujari came, he take bath, changed his clothes, came to the altar, and he saw that there was a pot of kheer behind the curtain, and he went into the city and he loudly making announcement, who is Madhavendra Puri? Who is Madhavendra Puri? Who is most fortunate in the three worlds? Come and take this pot, which has been stolen by Gopinath for you. Now Gopinath, after this incident, Gopinath was called Kheer Chor Gopinath. So my question to you all, to both of you is, why everything belongs to Krishna, isn't it? What we can offer to Krishna, everything is Krishna's. It is just like when we do tarpan to Ganges, we use the water of Ganges to offer it to Ganges. It is just like that. Whatever we are having, it is it is given by Krishna, and we are offering it to Krishna. So why Krishna is called Kheer Chor here?
There is a similar story with Jagannath, who wants the boy Raghudas to go into the garden to steal a jackfruit.
Okay.
And then Raghudas, he's asking, why won't you go to the garden of the king to steal a jackfruit for you? And then Jagannath would say that, did you know that stolen things, when we steal something, the taste is even more sweet?
That's true. There's a different thrill, different adventure in stealing things. But only for Krishna, not for us.
Yes.
Don't steal from anywhere. But why, like everything belongs to Krishna. Why he need to steal? Why he is called, a thief, a makhanchor? Actually, Acharya mentioned that Krishna, everything that is bhoga belongs to Krishna. But once it is prasadam, it doesn't belong to Krishna. Prasadam belongs to devotees. And it was prasad. It was not bhoga. So because it was prasad, it was the property of devotees, and Krishna stole the properties of. That's why he is called Kheer Chor Gopinath. If it was Bhoga, then he can steal it. Nobody would object, pointed a finger on him. So, when finally this Pujari find Madhavendra Puri and he gave this pot of kheer to Madhavendra Puri, he started glorifying Madhavendra Puri that, you are most fortunate. For you only, this deity Gopinath, he stole this pot of kheer for you. And eventually he went back to his place. And Madhavendra Puri, he tasted this nectar, this Amrit Keli kheer. And he was, in his heart, he was thanking Krishna so much that thank you, you provided this kheer for me. Not only he honored that sweet rice, he also kept the pot with himself also. And every day he used to eat a piece of that pot as a mercy of Gopinath. But he also thought that, if I stayed here, so, people will glorify me so much. So better, the very day, early next morning, he left Ramuna. So that people will not bother him, people will not glorify him too much. And he came to Jagannath Puri. So time is very less, I'll just speed up the Leela a bit because we have to cook Raj Bhog also afterwards. So when he came to Jagannath Puri, he mentioned to the Pandas of Jagannath Puri that Gopal deities came in my dream and he asked me to bring some sandalwood from this area. And that when Pujaris they heard it, when the Pandas they heard it, they arranged everything. They arranged a very great stock of sandalwood, they arranged camphor, they arranged even one Pujari and one strong servant who will take it to Vrindavan along with Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri doesn't have to, carry all these things. Like when you give a donation, also you have to be very careful also that will this donation, the donation does not become burden on the person. Let's say if you saw somebody and he begged something from you and you gave him 10 kg of rice and he was on the road walking on feet and how can he carry this 10 kg of rice by himself? So we have to be intelligent enough to give donation what is appropriate. So they provided him not only sandalwood, not only camphor, they provided him a pujari as well as a strong servant to carry it also. And along with that, they provided him government papers also. So that nobody will, there will be tax collectors on the ways, so they will not bother him. So when Madhav, and also his glory is also like, glory of Madhavendra Puri reached Jagannath Puri also. Everybody get to know that, he is the Madhavendra Puri who for him, Krishna, Gopinath stole kheer. So when he got this kheer, this sandalwood pulp and everything, so he was coming back. And while coming back, he again halted at Remuna in the temple of Gopinath. And again, when Madhavendra Puri slept in the night, Gopal came into his dream and he asked that I am not different from the deities of Gopinath. Whatever you have collected, all that sandalwood pulp and camphor, use it for smearing on the body of Gopinath. If it will be applied to the body of Gopinath, I will also feel that cooling sensation. So it is mentioned in the purports also that why, one of the reasons why Gopal choose it like this, that it would be very difficult for Madhavendra Puri to cross all that Muslim invaders area with this prestigious, very expensive sandalwood and camphor. Although he has government papers also, but there could be invaders, there could be dacoits also. So Gopal, being merciful to Madhavendra Puri, he made this arrangement that you have all the arrangements, just offer it every day, offer like how to say, make pulp of this sandalwood every day and offer it to Gopinath. Until the time it is not done, don't come back. So Madhavendra Puri made this arrangement. He disclosed it to the pujaris of Brahmanas of Gopinath deities, and they become very happy. They become very jubilant. You know, who will not feel jubilant that if every day sandalwood pulp will be available to be offered to deities. So Madhavendra Puri made this arrangement. He even hired some person to make the pulp out of sandalwood. So eventually this all sandalwood pulp was used for smearing on the body of Gopinath. Gopal deity came 3 times in the dream of Madhavendra Puri. First time to tell him that I am there in this bushes, that I am somehow in this bush, hidden in this bushes. Please take me out and establish me. Then he asked him in the next dream. He asked him to go to Malay and bring sandalwood. And third time he asked him that use this sandalwood pulp to decorate Gopinath deities. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu glorified, like he was glorifying through this story. He was glorifying Madhavendra Puri so much that he was glorifying his pure renunciation. He never accepted anything. He never asked for anything. Whatever people will give him, he only accept that. He carried this heavy sandalwood pulp without complaint. He took this journey of so many kilometers without any complaint, and he didn't care for his inconvenience. And when Krishna tested him, he didn't desire for anything, but Krishna glorified him by stealing kheer for him. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quote a very famous verse. He quote this verse saying that this verse is understood by only 3 people. Krishna Kaviraj Goswami mentioned that this verse is understood by only 3 people: Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Madhavendra Puri. So let me open this verse. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. You can repeat it after me. I Deen Dayadra Nath He,
I Deen Dayadra Nath He,
Mathura Nath Kadavalokya Se,
Mathura Nath Kadavalokya Se,
Rityam Tvad Alok Kataram,
Rityam Tvad Alok Kataram,
Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomi Aham.
Daita Brahmyati Kim Karomi Aham.
Sorry, I cannot. I just read it last night. I could not find
This
out.
when before passing he recites this.
Before passing?
Before, when he was about to leave his body, Madhavendra Puri, he recites
Okay. So the meaning is, O my Lord, O most merciful Master, O Master of Mathura, when shall I see you again? Because of my not seeing you, my agitated heart has become unsteady. O most beloved one, what shall I do now? So this is the verse. Only 3 people, really understood the meaning of it. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recited it, he fell unconscious in ecstasy. And finally, when he came out, this sweet rice was offered to him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there in Ramuna at that time when he narrated this story. So again, he was offered this Amrit Keli Kheer, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he did, he accepted only 5 bowls and gave the 7 back to the Ramana so that other people will also, this kheer can be distributed to other people also. And all the devotees, all the associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they ate this Amrit Keli Kheer. Right. And then they did a very ecstatic kirtan in front of Gopinath, and finally they departed. So this is the glory of Madhavendra Puri. For him, Krishna did this Leela to glorify him, to glorify his position. So we can pray to Madhavendra Puri that somehow we can also develop an iota, a drop of this devotion for Krishna. Hare Krishna. I like to stop here. I don't think anybody has any question or comment. It's the Leela of Madhavendra Puri. Yad Guru Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.